What do you think about emerging technologies that will change our world? Nowadays, technology advances at a breakneck pace. It may appear that new technology is being introduced every day that will revolutionize the future. The future is approaching, and it will arrive sooner than you think. These emerging technologies will alter how we live and how we care for our bodies and help us avoid a climate catastrophe. So without further ado, let's get started with this video of Tech Me Over, which includes some of the amazing emerging technologies that will change our world. 1. Digital twins that track your health. Let's start with something related to our health. Humans can take a stroll into the med bay in Star Trek, where most of our concepts for future technology were conceived, and have their entire body digitally checked for signs of injuries and illness. In practice, the creators of Q-Bio believe that this would enhance healthcare outcomes while also reducing the burden on practitioners. The US company has developed a scanner that can assess hundreds of biological markers in about an hour, ranging from hormone levels to fat accumulation in your liver to inflammatory markers or any type of cancer. It plans to use this information to create a 3D digital online identity of a patient's body, dubbed a digital twin, which can be monitored over time and updated after a new scan. What are your thoughts on this? Number 2. Energy storing bricks. How would you feel if the bricks of your house can store energy?
Scientists have discovered a method for conserving energy in the red bricks used to construct residences.
A research team led by Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri, US, has invented a technique for transforming inexpensive and widely available building materials into smart bricks that can conserve electricity like a battery. Even though the study remains in the proof of concept phase, the scientists believe that walls made of these bricks could store a substantial amount of energy and can be charged up hundreds of thousands of times within an hour. Sounds fascinating, doesn't it? Number 3. NECROBOTICS. Occasionally, new technologies can offer incredible advancement with the potential to change the future while also being extremely creepy. Sounds confusing? But this is one way to define the concept of necrobotics, which, as the name implies, includes transforming dead things into robots. While this seems like a creepy psychological thriller plot, it is an innovation being researched at Rice University. A team of researchers transformed a dead spider into a cyborg gripper capable of picking up other items. They take a spider and infuse it with some kind of air to accomplish this. This tends to work because spiders use hydraulics to push blood into their limbs, causing them to stretch. This theory is still in its initial phases, but it could pave the way for a future in which dead animals are used to develop the technology. It's all beginning to feel very Frankenstein-like, isn't it? 4. Sand batteries. Some of the most effective technologies for our future are simple and easy to implement. So, here we are with another technology for batteries. One of these advanced technologies was developed by some Finnish engineers who discovered a method for turning sand into a massive battery. 100 tons of sand were piled into a 4x7 meter steel container by these professionals. This sand was then heated with solar and wind energy. This heat is then divided up by a native energy company to heat buildings in the surrounding area. Energy can be stored in this manner for extended periods. All of this is accomplished through a process called resistive heating. This is the process by which a substance is heated because of the friction of electrical currents. The energy getting passed through sand and other non-superconductors creates heat that can be utilized for energy. So guys, let's move on to the next technology we have on our list. But first, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Also, remember to like and subscribe for more videos. 5. Intelligent exoskeletons. You must have heard of exoskeletons. These have been in existence for a long time, both in widely known science fiction and in everyday life. However, as time has passed, technology has grown increasingly spectacular. Most prominently, in the latest days, we have already seen innovations become more accessible to the young. The Atlas 2030 represents the most enhanced mobile medical exoskeleton crafted exclusively for children, according to the company. While still not mass-producible, this technology can help children in the future by providing a neonatal lower body medical exoskeleton. This could aid in walking children with severe movement disorders, cerebral palsy, or spina bifida. Number 6. Catapulting satellites into space. Who would have guessed that a homemade catapult was the greatest way to launch satellites into outer space? Okay, it's a lot more intelligent than a catapult, but the technique is comparable. Spin Launch is testing a method for launching satellites and other launch vehicles into space. It accomplishes this by utilizing kinetic energy rather than the traditional method of using chemical fuel used in conventional rockets. This new tech could circulate payloads at 8,000 km per hour and 10,000 Gs before launching them into space via a large launch tube. Anyway, small rocket engines will still be necessary to accelerate payloads into orbit, but Spin Launch claims that this system saves 70% on fuel and infrastructural facilities. The company has reached an agreement with NASA and is currently testing the system. Promising, isn't it? Number 7. XENOTRANSPLANTATION. Lastly, we have xenotransplantation. Implanting a pig's heart into a human seems like a terrible idea, but it is one of the most recent surgical treatments that is making significant progress. The method of transplanting, incorporating a human with cells, tissues, or body parts from an animal source, xenotransplantation, can transform the world of surgery. The implantation of a pig's heart into a human has been one of the most simple techniques performed thus far. This has now been accomplished twice. However, one of the patients died after only a few months, and the other is still being monitored. In these surgeries, the heart cannot be implanted into a human immediately. Instead, genetic manipulation must occur first. Certain genetic material in the heart must be deleted, and human genes must be added, primarily those associated with immune approval and genes that effectively prevent heart tissue regeneration. These surgeries are currently risky, with no guarantee of success. However, in the coming years, we may see xenotransplants become more common, supplying hearts or tissues from animals to humans who need them. So, what do you think about this? This concludes Tech Me Over's list of some of the most fascinating emerging technologies that will change our world. Please let us know which technologies piqued your interest in the comments. Thank you for staying with us the whole time.